Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while I posted anything of late and I just said let me come here and just rant. I think I've been so pissed off with Arne Slot and today is the perfect day for me to just vent and just rant. I don't know, Arne Slot is a fraud. For me, it's a fraud. And there's a reason why I say it's a fraud. Initially, this set of directors, that's Edwards and Richard Hughes, when Richard Hughes was appointed, he made mention of him doing his due diligence. That's to say, he has actually, done his research on Arne Slot and seen that Arne Slot is the right fit for the job. Simply saying that he epitomizes Jürgen Klopp. The same style, the same play, every single thing is just similar to Jürgen Klopp, if not same, at least similar. But right now, I don't think that's can hold water because that's just bullshit to me. And Slot is not a high caliber manager. He just for teams below, teams like Bournemouth, Burnley, he can go there and do his wonders. But in Liverpool, he can't be successful. How would a manager come into a team that gave him the league and as soon as possible, a champion for that matter, losing 8 to 9 players as a champion, a defending champion that you're supposed to go into this season, instead of selling those players, you add more, you know, because the season before, were clamoring for we don't have depth, squad depth, right? And now we have the team, but we don't have the bench. We have the Luis Diaz of this world, we have the Nunes, but we never had like a backup in case those players are injured. And the season came, he sold Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz was gone. Harvey Elliott is rotting on the bench right now in Aston Villa. Harvey Elliott. Luis Diaz is gone. Um, may God rest his soul. That's Diego Jota is, may God rest his soul. Kwanzaa, a very reliable defender. Kwanzaa, a young, upcoming defender, an academic brought up. You sold him. And right now we're going to get a French defender for 60 million from Rennes, whereas we had a Kwanzaa. Can you see how this whole thing is working? And I don't blame Slot in a way because I blame that FSG, I blame Michael Edwards, and I also blame Richard Hughes. And why this manager has not been sacked is because of they are trying to save face. Arne Slot is the fall guy. Because if they sack Arne Slot, the question will go down to the directors. That's Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards. What did you guys see by recruiting this guy? That will be the question. So now they're trying to save their face by keeping Arne Slot in the team because everything falls down to them. They're the one that signed Arne Slot. They did their due diligence, and like they said, that for me, which is bullshit for me. And now it boils down to what can they do? They don't have the balls to relieve him of his job. No, they don't have the balls to do that because last game, this is not the first time it's happening, and it will not be the last. It has been happening subsequently. 90 minutes plus, we're conceding goals. 90 minutes plus, we're conceding goals. Last game, let me talk about last game. Let me not talk about previous game. Last game, the annoying part was that same old story, losing chances and all that. But the annoying part was that you took out a particular player. You took out Florian Wirtz. You took out Rio. By the way, Rio got man of the match yesterday. In case you don't know, Rio got man of the match in his first game against Wolf in the FA Cup. So that's two man of the match for him, like for a game that he started from the beginning, from the onset. You took out Rio, you took out Florian Wirtz, and you took out Jeremy Frimpong. Jeremy Frimpong that he played as a right winger and played Soboslai as a right back. He took out those three players. And I told my friends that just watch, the moment they're taking out this Florian Wirtz, you would see the other defender, that's Poro, as the Tottenham right back. You would see him coming back. You would see him coming forward to bump forward because Rio nullified him. He could not come forward. And Gakpo is not a player. It's like for me, Gakpo is just a living corpse. Ever since Luis Diaz left Liverpool, Gakpo has been shit. And people might say, "Oh, Gakpo played well last season. Oh, Gakpo played well last 2 seasons." Why? Do you know why he played well? Because Luis Diaz runs riots. He tires It makes the opposition defender get tired. He loses, Diaz is a rascal when it comes to, he's like a sniff, he sniffs just like a dog when a dog sniffs cocaine or drugs. He goes in, he goes in, and the thing is that Lukaku will just come from the bench and just do a little bit because the players are already weak, players are already tired because Diaz has stressed them, and Gakpo is just shit. And as soon as they took those players out, Florian Wirtz, Rio Gomoa, and Jeremy Frimpong, I said this game would change. Tottenham would come at us, and they actually did. They came at us, and they came in strong. If not for Allison, I think probably the result would have not been just a goalless 1-1. Sorry, a draw, 1-1 draw. It will have been more. Tottenham will have won that game. You get? My question is, why would you? Fine, you brought in Ekitike, which for me shouldn't start. Bring in a Chiesa. Ekitike has lost form. Just keep him for the Champions League game on Tuesday against Galatasaray. Play a Chiesa. Why would you take a Rio out? Because we know Rio will not start in the Galatasaray game. So give him this game to play the full 90 minutes. We know he's not going to start. He's going to use his favorite boy, Gakpo. We know he's not going to start. So play him in this game. And he was tearing the opponent apart. His defense, the dribbles and all that. And he took out them. And they took out those players. And as soon as they took out those players, the attack came. Tottenham were, bombing from that right wing. The same position Gomoa was playing. They were coming through that wing. Now you could see Poro was free to, overlap and all that. And he took out those players and brought in the Curtis Jones, Ekitike, and Salah. Salah came in and did well. He had one or two chances. But I don't see any reason why you should bring in a Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones did not do anything in that game. And to make matter worse, he took out Gakpo, that was a left winger, and brought in a Trey Ioni. I clamor for youngsters to get playing times, but not in that particular game. And even if you want to take out, bring in a Trey Ioni, which is the youngster, take out McAllister and bring in the guy. You took out Gakpo and brought in Ioni to play the wing as the left wing position. Who does that? Which manager does that? And everybody will say, oh, they are blaming it on the player. I don't even blame any shit on those players. I blame every single thing on that manager. He keeps saying, oh, we lose 90 minutes because the opponent tends to waste time and all that. Everything that happens to Liverpool right now is on that manager. Because let it make sense. You're taking out a left winger to bring in a youngster that plays in the midfield. And as soon as Tottenham scored, guess what this stupid manager did? This stupid manager took out McAllister and brought in a Chiesa. Magic, wonders. In miracle boy to come and do wonders for him. That's what he has taken Chiesa now as. He brings him anytime he wants, put him on the bench, anytime he wants, anytime maybe he's considering a goal, he needs a goal, he brings him in. Then why did you bring him in earlier before Tottenham scored? If you know that Chiesa will give you that goal, why didn't you bring him in? One goal deficit is nothing. This is not the first time it's happening. And guess what? I'm sorry, guys. We're not going to make Champions League. Probably we're not going to make the top 5. And probably Tuesday, which is the coming few days from now, coming days, we're not going to qualify. Because this kind of game, if we go play this kind of system and this game against Galatasaray, we're out of the tournament. Sorry to say. We're out. And I'm getting bored and tired of this fucking ass manager. He has to go. He's a fraud. He has to go. Manchester United brought in a Carrick. Why can't we bring in a Steven Gerrard to just come and stabilize this whole team right now? Why can't we bring in a Steven Gerrard? We don't need this manager. He's getting it he's making this thing go so bad. I don't even know. I don't have words to even quantify this whole thing. I'm pissed and I'm angry, and I blame all this thing from the hierarchy. Because the moment we lost that 7 games in a row last year, I think November, December, take this man out and bring in probably an interim manager that will stabilize the ship. But instead, they allowed him play. Imagine we losing records that has never been broken. Nottingham Forest coming to beat us in Anfield in our turf for more than 50-something years. Man City has never won at Anfield with the fans since 2003. They came into Anfield, won like with a superb goal that Soboslai scored a very sweet free kick. Instead, it was just down the drain. We conceded. And this thing keeps happening every single time. And my friend will tell me, don't complain, let's support the team. I'm supporting the team. But at the same time, I don't understand why the fans over there in Liverpool can't give the same energy they gave Brendan Rodgers. That's my problem. Why are you fans not giving the same energy you guys brought? The same energy you guys gave Brendan Rodgers, the same energy you guys gave Roy Hodgson. What is happening? Why can't you give the same energy?